Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video.
And we're off! So this is our pre-parking spot setup.
And do a bit of stealth camping for our second night in the car, in the Berlingo. It is a bit of a faff, it's such a small space of two big people. We're not prepared for this at all. Honestly, we're not.
I've got to get my wet clothes off now. It's really, really heavy rains, as it has been all night. I do hope it stops at some point.
It's quite difficult car camping when it's wet inside. We had condensation and everything else was covered in water. Do you want a wet sleeping bag or a wet pillow?
I don't know what tonight's going to bring, to be honest.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, a married couple who have been doing full-time van life in the UK for the last 3 years in our large camper van conversion named Morgan. But in a recent turn of events, after returning from a crazy trip to India, we decided to give up our fully off-grid camper and offer him as a raffle prize to followers for just £5 a ticket. As Morgan is now a raffle prize, we needed a new vehicle and a roof over our heads that didn't cost too much money, which is when we decided to do car camping. And after seeing a Dragon's Den episode on TV where a man sold MicroCamper installations for almost any car, we went and bought a 15-year-old Citroen Berlingo named Bobby after my grandmother. We've only spent one night in Bobby so far, and last time we saw you we listed all the upgrades and modifications we made to Bobby so that we can attempt to live in her full time. Not putting it off any longer, today is the day we move into Bobby for good and head off on our new adventures to a part of the world we know very little about. It's safe to say that it's going to be a challenge, as we, two fully grown adults, live in such a small space. But we hope that with great sacrifice comes great reward. So please join us as we're about to cross the channel in our new home for the first time.
Welcome back to the channel. We are in Dover, which means we're about to catch a ferry and we are heading into Europe for the very first time. Actual fact, we don't know too much about Europe. We obviously did that 800-kilometre trek in autumn last year and a few family holidays when we were younger and stuff, but Europe for us is new territory, and of course we're doing it in a car camper as well, so it's all brand new stuff, which makes it more an adventure. We're going to hit the boat, see what the crack is, get the car on there, and then we'll explain more about where we're going, what we're doing on this brand new exciting sort of chapter in our lives. So let's go.
Well, I can feel that things are getting hot. I want to give you everything I've got. Oh, so let's go. I'll show you heaven and we can watch the world from above.
Okay, so we're in the queue. We've just realised we haven't got our Eurolight stickers on the car. And apparently I heard ages ago that they can sometimes sting you when you get off the ferry at the other end, and we don't want that to happen, so we're going to see if we can put them on now.
When you hold me close, don't never let go. No, girl, you make me lose control when we're moving to the rhythm of love. Yeah, the rhythm of love. The rhythm of love. Yeah, love. The rhythm of love.
As you know, we travel all the time now, full time, and we've recently just moved into the car camper. Because of that reason, we don't know when we're going to be eating and what we're going to be eating. We are literally cooking al fresco outside, and the weather determines what we're doing. But we do try and eat as healthy as possible, but sometimes it's not always possible. Anyway, for the last 2.5 months, Janine and I have been trying the AG1 drink with great success. AG1, if you don't know, is a blend of 70 high quality ingredients, supplemental for your mental and physical health. We've been taking AG1 every single day as a supplement to traveling as well, when you don't know what food you're going to be getting and when. And it helps us to feel confident that we're getting a broad spectrum of nutrients, including vitamin C and zinc and B12 as well, and a whole host of other stuff, including micronutrients, phytonutrients, to make sure that we feel, as I said, confident that we're getting enough nourishment every single day in our bodies. These things are dead simple to make. You put the scoop of the powder into the water, give it a shake. In less than a minute, you've got yourself a drink that even Janine Janine thinks tastes good, which is a win-win situation. So we brought enough of this to take us around Europe. We think it's the perfect travel accompaniment for us. And if you fancy trying it for yourself,
go to drinkag1.com/those happy days or scan the QR code you see on the screen to get started on your order. You'll get 20% off when you subscribe, as well as a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase.
and thank you to AG1 for sponsoring this video.
And we're off. We're actually leaving Dover now. We're heading over to France. I'm starting to get really excited now. I've kind of held off up until now, but now's the point where you can actually start relaxing, because it's been so manic up until this point. But yeah, really starting to look forward to it, getting excited. I hope it's a bit warmer.
Praying for some warmer weather in Europe, we drank tea and made ourselves some sandwiches to kill the 2-hour journey to France until it was time to leave and tackle our first challenge.
Okay, oh my god, I feel really nervous actually. This is the second time that Liam's driven on the other side of the road. In India, it was the same side as we have in England, so yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Do you remember what you're doing?
Well, I was just about to stupidly Google tips for driving on the right hand side of the
Oh
road.
my god.
But we're in France and I've got no internet.
Oh no. Okay, what side is it? The right side, yeah? This is it.
Is this the road out, really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So you just got to stick to the right hand side and don't go to the left hand side.
You can help me.
That's my advice.
Okay, so we just gotten off the boat. I'm now driving on a motorway or a carriageway or whatever, and everything's okay so far. I'm just going to be building up my confidence over the next 2 or 3 hours. So where are we right now? We're in Dunkirk, which is quite extraordinary in itself. I'm sure there's lots of things to see here, lots of history, of course, with the D-Day landings and what have you in the Second World War. I think it's D-Day. Apologies if I get that wrong. Anyway, unfortunately, we're going to be leaving Dunkirk and leaving France straight away as we head south. Now, the whole thing that we're doing is heading south because I want to take Janine to warmer climates. She really deserves it. She hates the cold, and that's the whole plan. However, as far south as we can go to, you're probably going to come up with some suggestions. Along the way, we're not going to try and miss anything, if you know what I mean. So we've got plans. We're thinking we can go as far south as potentially Sicily. What do you think? That's as far south as I can possibly think of in my head. So the very, very southern part of Italy. But along the way, you've got places like Switzerland. So we thought, well, sod it, let's go to Switzerland. Never been before. I've only heard good things about it. But first of all, we're going to go to stop for the night in our second time only camping in this car in Belgium. And it's in a place called Dinant. And Dinant is somewhere that I put on my Google Maps, marked 2 years ago, as somewhere to stop and go to, but I didn't write down why. So we're going to go to Dinant now and find out why I marked it on Google Maps and stop there for the night. So we're off to Belgium.
So off we went on a 2.5-hour drive to Dinant in Belgium to find somewhere to sleep for the night. Since it's only our second night in the car, we decided to set up the car ready for bed before reaching our destination, with the hopes of being more stealth when we arrive. So we pulled over just outside of Dinant to do so.
So this is our pre-parking spot setup. We've got our 2 pillows here, our sleeping bags here, our blinds there, and then we'll flip the bed out, move the seats forward, flip the bed out, and then get everything set up officially when we arrive, but that's all we can do for now.
That's better than doing that at the spot we're going to go to. It's
Yeah.
not completely set up. I guess that's the difference between being in a camper van and in a car, is that you can't set up the car in this situation. You can't set up the car fully until you're actually inside it, or until you arrive at the destination. So you're not doing any more driving. Whereas
Yeah.
in a van, you can just roll up with it all sorted.
I know.
It's 1-0 to camper vans. Anyway, we'll adapt, we'll move forward, and we'll get going. Dinant. Let's go to. I fancy a Belgian beer. That's what you do in Belgium, isn't it?
Fancy
Belgian
chips.
chips, Belgian beer, Belgian chocolate, Belgian bun, as you said.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know about the Belgian bun thing, but if we can cross off at least 1 or 2 of those off the list whilst we're there.
Yeah.
I'm game. Right, let's go.
Also, we found a free parking place. It's like a little car park next to the Notre Dame church, and a really pretty little church right next to the river as well. It's a gorgeous place. It's quite peaceful at the moment. We don't know what it's going to be like.
Well, we've only been here 30 seconds, so we'll get back to you on that one.
Right now it's looking positive. I think we're gonna we need to set up the back of the car ready for when we sleep. So that's what we're gonna do now. Like, complete it. Maybe put the blinds up when it gets dark. And
That's it then.
that's it.
Go out and find some Belgium chips and a beer. Belgian beer.
Should we go out and come back and then do it? Because otherwise it's going to look really obvious that people are sleeping in here. If we put the blinds up when it gets dark.
I think that's the thing, is that the back of it's stealth, but the front of it isn't.
No.
And as you said, when you put the blinds up on it, it doesn't.
It's really obvious what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. We'll put it off. It'll probably be chucking it out of rain, but it's all right.
I remember when we used to be in love, and we thought that nothing could ever keep.
Heading off to explore Dinant, we quickly discovered why Liam marked it on his map all those years ago. It was beautiful. Quirky, colourful, tall buildings line the shimmery green Meuse River, which also reflects the incredible surrounding hills. Dinant, as Liam put it, looks like an advert for Stella Artois beer. It's definitely an idyllic Belgium city. As we walked through its cobbled and historic streets, we noticed saxophones everywhere and later found out that this is the exact place where saxophone was first invented by Adolphe Sax. Belgium is also known for its chips, buns, chocolate and beer, and we promised ourselves that if we stumbled across any of these, then we will definitely be partaking.
What a picturesque little place. I'm going to have to scrap chips from our list because apparently they're not vegan, so me and Liam can't have them. But he is definitely going to get a beer though, so I think that's next on the list.
I saw you walking.
I am so excited. That's all I wanted to do was drink a beer out of a wine glass in Belgium. Strong one at that. This is the 7%, is it? It's a Leffe 7%. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Some nuts and noisettes. That's delicious. Does not get more authentic than that. Oh. Back of the car, the rain and the weather is pretty bad in Belgium tonight. Anyway, we are both absolutely shattered. So we are going to set this place up for nighttime sleeping and do a bit of stealth camping for our second night in the car, in the Berlingo. And it's still a bit of a faff, to be honest with you. Trying to get it all done. Thankfully here, we don't feel like we have to be like proper stealth. It is a bit of a faff. It's such a small space of two big people. We will get a routine together. Routine and good habits are everything right now, and that's what we're trying to do, is form good habits now. But yeah, let's try it. We're not prepared for this at all. Honestly, we're not. First thing that went wrong was a pretty bad one for Janine. Up here, it's been raining all afternoon, all evening. And all of the water pulled on top of the roof bag, and nothing was leaking through, anything like that. So I went around the other side and put some stuff in it. As I pushed stuff in it and shoved it to the other side, it literally pushed a torrent of water down here onto Janine while she's trying to get her bed ready and completely soaked her bed.
It was like a bucket of water falling on me. It was awful.
Roof bags really are tricky if it's been raining, so we need to remember that in the future. But it's all right because she's wearing a life jacket.
Okay, so we're thinking that we might not bother with the blinds because we've got the windows tinted anyway. We're going to go to sleep because we're both so tired, so we're not having the lights on in here. And we could just shove them out the way in the roof rack and be done with it. And then when the sun comes up tomorrow, we'll just wake up naturally. So I think that's a good idea. What do you reckon?
Sounds like a great plan. Like all of our plans so far.
Oh God, wake up with people staring in at us. I've got to get my wet clothes off now.
Alright, don't rub it in, I'm sorry, alright? You put your socks in the same place that I put my dirty socks as well. Save them for a rainy day. Keep them over here somewhere.
I've got fresh ones for tomorrow.
Are they the fresh ones for tomorrow?
No.
So
dirty.
I like naturally stored my dirty socks in the same place that you've naturally stored your dirty socks. That's why that's funny.
That to go up, don't we?
I know. I'll find a way. I will find a way. Good night.
Bye.
It's so funny about you and your days.
Getting some shelter under here. It's absolutely chucking it down today. It's really, really heavy rains, as it has been all night. I do hope it stops at some point today. Me and Liam are going to have to talk about what we're going to do this morning. So, because our plans have now changed because of the rain. So, yeah, let's see. But first we're going to set up the back. It's actually, this morning I feel really, really good. Despite the rain, I had an incredible night's sleep. I think I slept for like 11 hours. We went to bed so early because I've been shattered recently, and yesterday was probably the worst that I felt. So yeah, I just crashed out really early, and I feel really good today. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Good morning. Right, well, it's a very, very wet start in Dinant this morning. Too wet, in fact. Actual fact, it's cold and wet, and it's quite difficult car camping when it's wet inside. We had condensation, and everything else was covered in water. So I had a look at subsequently looked at the map, the weather map, and seen that a lot of Europe is covered in rain for the next few days. And that means a good few days. We were actually wanting to go through Switzerland now, and we would have made it to Switzerland today, I would have thought. However, looking at all of the Switzerland weather and the climates and stuff, it looks like it's going to tip it down for the next week. So all of those beautiful locations that we could have gone and seen will be dampened out completely. So we've just had a bit of a recce, a bit of a reconvene, and decided that we're actually going to get the hell out of here and go to take this MicroCamper, this Berlingo, to warmer climates. And the idea was to go as far south as possible anyway. So now we're going to go as far south as we possibly can till we get to warm, dry climates. And the whole goal was to go to Sicily. So we're going to just jump past this next wet pit part of Europe and come back and see it afterwards or later on. But for now, we're thinking south of France, Italy. That's what's on the cards. We deserve some warm weather. Janine deserves warm weather, and we're going to go and do it.
The sun is calling us south.
Don't jinx it!
I'm so excited.
Don't jinx it, Janine. What do you?
We're on the same sort of latitude, I think, as just below the south of England. So we're not further south. That's why this climate's like this. So yeah, I'm really excited. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's get some sun.
Hey, he's got me looking quite beige. Got me deep in the haze. There's no more compassion, no. Raise me. I need something
I've driven so much today. Oh my God, I am so ready to pull over for the evening. So we are at an air, and it's really our first experience of airs. We're not really au fait with them. I know lots of people are, but we're not. And so we're parked here, and it's like a big air. I mean, look at the size of this thing. We're in a bit, we don't actually know what we're doing. Like, we definitely want to stop, but it's right by a road, although for some reason you can't hear it that much. For some reason, like when you're in the car, you can't hear it that much. There's a load of trucks parked over there. There's no camper vans or motorhomes anywhere. We're classed as a car, which means we're allowed to park in this area, but we're actually camping for the night. So should we be in another area? And yeah, it's all a bit confusing. So I don't think that anyone's going to move us on anyway if we do decide just to park here for the night. Whether it's the best thing to do or not, I can't really think straight. You know, when you've driven for such a long time, you can't work out what to do, and Janine's terrible with decisions. So maybe we'll just park here. There's some toilets nearby, and we're going to literally wake up tomorrow morning and go to our destination that we've just picked, where hopefully the climate is warmer and all the rest of it. But we've done the majority of it today. Yeah, let's stay here.
Okay, so we moved to a place undercover as we heard it was due to rain overnight. Feeling okay with our parking spot, we treated ourselves to some noodle pots before brushing our teeth and attempting to set the car up for the evening.
Right, there's one sleeping bag that's more wet than the other sleeping bag, and there's one pillow that's more wet than the other pillow. Now I can be a true gentleman and give you all of the dry stuff, or we can chop and change. What do you want? Do you want a wet sleeping bag or a wet pillow?
Let's just try and dry them in this last bit of sun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Whispering soft, alluring signs, wrapping you around my finger, gently touch, full of spell, blinding you into another, sneaking around, hunt and prey.
I reckon the water seeped into that roof bag like a big pool of it, because quite a lot's come through. Well, it's always on you as well, the one that needs to be the warmest. Last night you got to pour the water on your head, like a bucket of water on your head.
Oh man.
There is no sun. Look at that sun. Just the last few seconds of that sun.
I'm just dabbing my sleeping bag with a towel. I might have to lie on a towel tonight to save myself getting too cold. I don't know what tonight's going to bring, to be honest, but hopefully it's going to bring a lovely night's sleep, like last night. If you... Okay, so this is our cosy little setup.
It's not so great tonight.
We've got.
It wasn't great last night either.
We've got wet things hanging. We've got towels and wet sleeping bags. You can see the wet there.
What's really ironic about it is that it's the first night ever that we're sleeping under cover.
I know.
Yet we're sleeping inside a wet van. In a freaking motorway service station.
Let's get in.
Best of luck. Good morning from an air in I don't know where. Airs are motorway service stations, by the way. I know it's a sort of vernacular that most travellers know now in Europe, but we don't know too much about them. I actually didn't know that they were motorway service stations. I thought they were sort of like, I don't know, sort of like not campsites on the side of roads and towns and stuff. I didn't realise they were on the side of motorways. Maybe they're in towns as well, I don't know. Anyway, this morning we've sort of gotten up, because we did so much driving yesterday. We spoke about it and thought we've got to form some good habits now. That was our third night only of car camping, and what we want to do is we want to wake up in the morning and sort of own it, you know, own the road and let the road own you. So we did say that we're going to sort of do some exercise in the morning and have a wash and stuff without just sort of, it's too tempting just to get whatever clothes you can find on, put them on and start driving. I don't know why, but that's what we used to do, but we're not going to do that anymore. So Janine's going to go off and see if she can grab a shower in there. I'm not sure if you can. She said if you hand over the car keys, then they'll give you the shower keys. Seems like a fair trade-off. I've had a wash here, sort of like a flannel wash, which is really, really difficult in the back of one of these things. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, but I did it anyway. And and we've done a bit of a workout, a bit of yoga and all that sort of stuff. And we're ready to get going. As soon as Janine gets back, we're ready to hit the road again.
Okay, cool. I had a really nice shower. I'm so happy with this air. It's been really good. I've had a workout, a shower, an okay night's sleep, but I think that's due to lack of exercise, hence the workout this morning, because we were travelling all day yesterday, so we weren't that active. But anyway, I'm feeling really good this morning. We're gonna head off, hit the road, and we're gonna go to hopefully find some sort of supermarket to grab some supplies, and then, as promised, we're heading south. We're chasing the sun, and we're gonna fill you in after the supermarket about exactly where we're going. Good to go?
I'm ready, really ready to go. Do you know what? Airs.
Top.
Yeah, really, really a big fan of Airs. We managed to get so much stuff sorted, and Janine's even had a shower. Let's hit the road though. Let's do it.
Come then, Smelly.
I've had a what? I've had a flannel wash.
Joking.
I wanted to have my first proper flannel wash in the van, and I did it in the car.
done.
I did it.
Making our way further south, chasing the sun and praying that the rain doesn't come and saturate our car camper again, we moved onwards. With freedom being our biggest ambition in life, it also means we have the freedom to be able to change our plans at the drop of a hat, which usually sets us off on a completely unplanned adventure where we follow our hearts as opposed to our heads. This time, it was the weather that pushed us in another direction. And although we were seeing the southern Swiss Alps in all their glory in the distance for the first time ever, we know that we can return when the weather is more on our side. But for now, we have a new destination that's going to really pick up our spirits, a place that jumped off the map at us, yet it's only really small. We are off to the Provence region of the south of France and to Chateau Neuf-de-Pape, which Liam is extremely excited about.
Okay, so where are we going? We've got all our supplies now. Well, to let you know, I've got my flip-flops on, or I've got my sandals on, and Janine's got her yellow jacket off, and the temperature is reading 26 degrees inside here at the moment, which is amazing. We've managed to come down to warmer climates, which has been the number one main goal, bring this car camper to warmer climates. It's really beautiful. We're surrounded by mountains, and we are just about to enter the Provence region of southern France, somewhere that I've wanted to go all of my life. I've read a number of books that have been set in the Provence region. I can't remember what the name they are for the life of me, but they all spoke about the lavender fields and all that sort of business. We're here in spring, so there'll be no lavender. However, I'm really super excited. When I said to Janine last night, where should we head to? She scrolled on a map and found the most random place. And to her, it was a random. To me, I thought there's no way in chance in hell that we would end up going there today. And it's a place where they make my favourite wine, the best red wine that I've ever tasted in my life. And I really, really mean that. I had it at a cheese and wine party about 15 years ago, and it's incredible. And that's exactly where we're going to now. We're thinking warm climates, red wine, French food, that sort of thing. We're so excited. All we need to do now is get going.
So off we went to Chateau Neuf-de-Pape in the Provence region of southern France. It's one of Liam's favourite wines, but completely unaffordable, costing over £20 a bottle in the UK supermarkets. However, our mission today is not only to try to find some wine tasting, but to see if we can camp at the vineyard also. We'll soon find out if any of this is possible or not.
I am strolling along, just minding my business, humming a song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I used to think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelmed, and for me, I am out and about, painting the town red, I'm calling it town.
Oh my word, this place is absolutely stunning. It is just acres upon acres of vineyards, really gorgeous vineyards, and with like a chateau, kind of like a castle thing, which we presume is like the restaurant / tasting area, which we're getting really excited about. So yeah, let's go in for a drink. I think we need to smarten up. I think we need to smarten up a bit.
I'm 100% underdressed for this. I'm gonna have to put a shirt on and some shorts or something. One, because it's warm, and two, because we're at a fancy vineyard.
Yeah.
Very fancy vineyard. Beautiful, isn't it, eh?
Yeah, lovely.
Then I'm here on my own, just singing this song. Now that you're gone, I'm happy alone, just me, myself, and I.
Okay, cool. This is Chateau Neuf de Pape, and I've only ever had this wine once, and it left such an impression on me. And now, 15, 20 years later, we're actually at the vineyard at the chateau, and this is called Musette. And we're going to go and hopefully try and get some of the wine, try some of the wine, take a bottle away maybe, and then I'm going to ask if we can stay here for the night as well, because it's so beautiful. They've got huge grounds, and it would just be wonderful if we could.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
My God, that'd be so nice.
With this sort of view. There is a few mosquitoes about, but it's all good.
We walked into the dark cave-like room and asked about staying the night, which we found out was possible. In fact, there were a couple of other couples staying here too. So after moving the car to the appropriate spot, we went in to sample some wines. Chateau Neuf de Pape is traditionally a medium-bodied French Grenache red wine, first produced in 1936 and now famous for its reputation across the world. It's a strong wine at close to 15%, and Liam remembers it as it was and has been the smoothest red wine he has drunk in 15 years. Nothing else has come close. The wine tasting was extraordinary, as we got to sample not just the famous red wines, but also white and rosé, which originates from the Provence region. Whilst we learnt about the deep, fruity aromas and the history of this famous wine, it went straight to my head and I started to feel wobbly on my feet. Regardless of the quick intoxication from the wine testing, we decided to buy a bottle of the tastiest one and take it back to Bobby the Berlingo to make some traditional Provence-style food.
Share the expense. Oh, holy that's good.
Then what was the big one?
I could drink lots of that.
Go on then. That's always a good sign.
Yes, I did.
You could drink lots of that.
Give you.
Really?
Yes, if you want to give them back tomorrow, it's okay.
Oh, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, stop having wine in plastic.
Oh, I don't actually like wine in plastic glasses either.
You're being told off.
I know. Wow, that's very kind of you, thank you. It saves us drinking out of plastic tonight. I don't like drinking out of plastic either.
And it doesn't taste the same.
It doesn't.
No.
It really doesn't. It's like drinking tea from something other than ceramic or china. It doesn't taste the same.
Under your wing, everything is alright. Nothing ever will be quite the same.
Okay, we bought a bottle of wine, 25 euros later. But it's all good because we're actually in the vineyard where the wine is made, and it was a really good bottle of wine. It was the one that I tried and I loved it. Liam loved it. And we're about to eat some food. Liam's cooking for us. What are you making, Liam?
I'm making cream crackers and guacamole, followed by a ratatouille. Because we're in the Provence, and that's where ratatouille comes from, apparently.
I will stay and never go away. Another time we could have been like strangers, turning as we passed along the street. In another place where none of this would matter. Days have passed and wishes have been lost. I could wait a long, long time to prove that I am true.
I think it was like just only 2 days ago we was in Belgium and it was pissing it down. And what was inside the van and everything.
Do you know, 2-3 days ago, I never thought that we'd be ending up here with the Alps in the background and the beautiful vineyards in the Provence region of France, somewhere that I've always wanted to go to but never quite made it. And now we're here in one of the finest vineyards, drinking the finest wines, eating local foods from the back of our MicroCamper. And even though those first few days have been really challenging, Ginny and I have got some serious sleep deprivation on the go. You might see the bags under our eyes. We are going to catch up on sleep because we're going to get used to everything to do with that car. We're going to get used to it. It will happen. It's just taken a bit of time, and the rain didn't help. But one thing the rain did do was bring us here, because if it wasn't for the rain, we would be in, I don't know, maybe Germany by now. It's funny how things change, but that's what we enjoy about traveling. If we don't make too rigid plans, then we can keep things open and change them last minute. Now I'm walking along with my flip-flops on, shorts, hot shirt, and feeling really, really good. Bit tipsy. And really enjoying it. I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next time and see where we bloody end up, because we are still planning on heading towards Sicily, which is as far south as we can go, to get some of that beautiful European weather and climate. And but I think we've got more to see in Provence yet. Let's see. See you next time.
All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future